Hey, Katrina here from Scrappy Horses. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is a Cricut tutorial only. In fact, I'm really not even going to tell you how I put this card together in Cricut. Instead, I want to share a paper saving idea. Now, I've been working in Cricut design space for 100 years. Okay, not 100, but it seems like it. I mean, I was one of the people that jumped on right when Cricut started. I was just amazed with the whole process because I do not like fussy cutting. I don't like it. So having a Cricut machine was just great. Then when Cricut Design Space came in, I loved that too. So what I didn't love was the fact that when I used print then cut, I couldn't figure out how to save paper, and it was making me crazy. And then I saw somebody do this, and I was just blown away. So I thought, why don't I know this? Why have I never seen this in a video before? And I thought, you know what? I'm going to make a video and just share this idea because this was big for me. I liked it. All right. Let's say I am making this card. And this is the card that's on my blog today, so that's why I chose to use this particular card to share this. And this just happens to be Carl from Scribbles Designs. Okay? And I will link all that below for you. So if you need a card that said "Toady So," well, you can definitely find the sentiment and the frog. Now, the sentiment does not come in this. I put it in this speech bubble. Okay, so you can go check that out. I will link it below. Again, it's from Scribbles Designs. Let's say that I am making this card, but I also have these little pieces that I want to go ahead and print then cut while I'm here. So I'm just going to bring them over. I want to print then cut it all at the same time. Or if you have a project that's really big, where you have 2 or 3 print then cuts in it, and then you have several different just cuts, then you have several different pieces of paper that you're going to be working with. Well, let's say that in your print then cuts, you have some things you want to color and some things you don't want to color. Okay? For example, this piece right here, I'm not going to color this. It is a simple print then cut. This piece right here is also a print then cut. This piece that I will ungroup for us, he will be colored. All right, I want to color him. And this is just a basic cut. Okay, let's move over and let's make it and let's see how this shows up. First, though, let's get rid of all these things that we don't need. All right, you would never have these things up on your screen anyway. I wouldn't have them on my screen if it weren't for the fact that we're doing a tutorial. This is my basic card cut. It's my card blank. So I always do that on my paper slicer, so I don't need that either. All right, I hit make it. It's on a mat. It's a 12 by 12. I confirm that. Now, look at what I have. I have these 2 pieces of right here that I would not color. I'm not going to color those. But I am going to color Carl and Carl close up. I'm going to mat 2. I would color this Santa. So I want Santa on Express It cardstock because that's what I use for Copic coloring. I want Carl close up and Carl fretted on Express It cardstock. Now, I can go back now if I wanted and go back onto my canvas and I could hide all these things if I wanted to. But here's what I didn't know. I can move these things from one mat to another after I get here. Let me show you. See these 3 dots? Move object. I can say I want to move that to mat 2. confirm. It's now on mat 2. Now, I want him back on mat 1. I hit the 3 dots. I click Move Object. And I'm going to move him to mat 1. Confirm. Now again, I'm not going to color this piece. There's no reason to waste my Express It cardstock. So again, I hit 3 dots, Move Object, and I'm going to move it onto this mat. Confirm. Now, many times they'll stack them like this, and it will use your whole piece of cardstock. You don't have to live with that either. You can go ahead and rotate this 90 degrees, push it up, push this up, and you don't save much paper here, but maybe a little bit for something else. We come over here back to this one. You can tell exactly where this is going to print. It's right there. So I can push him over. I know where he's going to print because the square's there, square's there. I can't quite get him up there. Let's see if I can move him a little more. Maybe. Probably, I might be able to do that, but it also might not be safe. I don't know. Let's see. We could rotate him this way. Move him up like this. Move him down like this. I feel pretty safe with that. And now look at all the Express It cardstock we have saved. This has saved me a lot of paper because once I cut this off, I still have this much paper. I can feed a half sheet of my Express It cardstock into my printer and do another half sheet of digis, so it's not wasted. So by being able to manipulate these images and move them around, we can save a lot of paper. Now, when I go to do this, I will say print then cut. I'll go ahead and say continue. I can send it to my printer. I'm going to print it on my Epson 700. I'm going to use my system dialog. So I click there. I say print. And then it's going to come up back here. All right. And I can say printer settings, and I can go to black grayscale. Plain paper, bright white, black and white grayscale, instead of printing in color, because everything here is black and white. Now I realize as you look at it, you're thinking, well, wait, no, there's red on there. Well, keep in mind, there's not going to be red on there when I actually print this. I'm just watermarking the images. But then when I come in and I do the second sheet, then I want to make sure that I turn my color back on. Okay, so I hope that is helpful to you. If you don't mind, if you watch this video, comment below. I'm just curious how many people knew what those dots were for. And if you watch this and you know what they're for, let me know. If you don't know what they were for and you learned it in this video, definitely let me know, because I'm curious how many people know that you can do this. Or if I was just the only one, which could be. Okay, hey, any other questions or comments about this video, please leave them below. Again, we didn't make a project, but hopefully you learned something new that will save you a lot of frustration and money and paper in the future. So have a great week, and I will catch up with you in the next video. Bye.